Chapter 13, The Golden Ratio. Some nights I stayed in hotels. Other nights I had a reclining lawn chair with blankets and pillows set up on Dean's back patio. On those nights I slept under the stars. I had electricity from the house to keep my phones and battery packs charged. Dean's mom brought me coffee each morning. We ate breakfast outside at the table on the patio. I used the downstairs bathroom to shower when needed. I tattooed myself in the backyard under the sun. Eventually, the sleeping situation at Dean's house evolved. Dean ran an extension cord from a power outlet on his house to my car on the street. There were nights when I wasn't in a hotel where I chose to sleep in my car instead of sleeping in the open air of Dean's back patio. Some nights the weather wasn't conducive to sleeping outside. On those nights, the extension cord from Dean's house plugged into a power strip inside my car to charge my phone and power my tattoo equipment. The cord also powered a small nightlight and a small desk fan. My arms are heavily tattooed during my time in Colorado. I had again been using crystal intravenously at a more consistent rate while I was out west. I tattooed myself strategically to camouflage my needle use. In the crease of my left arm, the vein I use most for injections, I tattooed a large blue and black design. I filled it in completely. From that point on, nobody could tell that I'd been shooting drugs. For the first time since I first began using crystal in the spring of 2017, my supply was almost diminished. When I decided to leave the game and head west, I thought I had enough drugs to last. I hadn't anticipated becoming stranded in Colorado. I needed to sort out my situation. I reached out to Unique. She made something happen to help me out. At 4 in the afternoon one day, while I sat in my broken down car, an SUV pulled up behind me on the street. I stepped from my driver's seat and walked back to the trunk. A blonde, white, younger guy stepped from the SUV. He walked to meet me in the street at the back of my car. I extended my hand in greeting. We shook hands. The blonde guy asked me a question. "How do you want to do this?" The amount she told me is right there in the trunk next to the speaker box. Drop it there when you pick up the money. The whole exchange took 30 seconds. The guy got back in his car and drove away. I stayed back at my trunk for another couple minutes and worked on the speakers in case any nosy neighbors happened to be minding my business. I then took the brown rolled up lunch bag and put it in my pocket. I walked back to the driver's seat and quickly used my phone to secure a ride service to somewhere else. The car from the ride service dropped me off in an apartment complex in inner city Denver. I'd been interacting with a Mexican transgender girl. We had been communicating using a translation app. I spoke no Spanish and she didn't speak a word of English. We knew we wouldn't be doing any talking upon my arrival. As I walked up to the appropriate apartment, I wondered how the intimacy was going to go down without any verbal communication. I was high and I looked forward to the challenge. It proved to be no challenge at all. The girl took my hand after she opened the door. She led me through her apartment to her bedroom. She motioned me to her bed and we both removed our clothes. After we finished, we kissed and I walked back outside to wait for the next car to pick me up. It was nighttime when I walked out to the road from the apartment. 2 minutes after I reached the curb, a car pulled up and stopped in front of me. I got in and the car pulled away from the complex. Unique put me in touch with her uncle. He was a mechanic in Denver. He offered me help. He planned to meet me at my Lexus to see if he could figure out why my car wouldn't start. Unique's uncle told me that if he wasn't able to get my car to run, he would be able to find me a reasonably priced car to buy. I happily accepted his help, and we set up a day and time for him to look at my car. "Do you feel that? That's not good at all." I felt and heard the knocking in the engine. I had blown the head gasket. "You need a new engine. You're better off finding another car. I'll look for something for you. I'll let you know when I find something." Dean came out of his house to talk to me as Unique's uncle was leaving. I told him my bad news. "Well, looks like my car's done. Man, I don't know what to do. A good friend of mine is a mechanic. I'll give him a call for a second opinion." 2 days later, Dean's friend came over. Dean's mechanic friend, like the trans girl from the week before, didn't speak a word of English. Dean functioned as translator. After an hour of inspection, adjustments, and translated conversation, the second opinion was the same as what Unique's uncle had told me 2 days before. Again, my heart sank. My car was dead and it was stuck there on the side of the road, and I lost any hope that I could fix it and continue my way westward through the country.